Hi Scrappy friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a double page layout for you today. I have these great photos of my brother and his son, so my nephew. They were taking a road trip through Arizona a couple years ago and they sent me all these fabulous photos of their journey, and so I don't get too many photos of my nephew, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to make a page layout in my family album with some updated photos. So those are my photos for today. I'm going to be bringing in some beige paper from the Totally Tonal beige pack and some hot cocoa cardstock for my background, and the black paper is for some decorations, which I will be using this fabulous jumbo scallop custom cutting template and having a little bit of fun with that today. But most importantly, I'm going to be bringing in some scraps. I'm going to use these scraps from my Setup Camp collection. Well, actually, it's Setup Camp and Leave Nothing Behind. I kind of mix those two together to kind of create my go-to outdoor collection that I'm currently working on. So I'm going to be bringing in some scraps from that to create kind of a border, but more like a piece of layering strip off to the left-hand side of my layout. Okay, so let me get set up. So my plan is to have my photos on this side. I'll probably maybe overlap these two a little bit and then have this one up here at the top. I have about 7 photos here I want to get on my layout today. So I'll put one over here and a small one there and a vertical and then another small one right there. That's kind of my overall general plan right now as far as photo placement on my page. I do want to bring in my beige papers and cut these down to kind of create blocks on my layout. I love using blocks because it really gives me a great place to house my photos. So let me cut these down. There we go. I added the blocks to my page. On this side, I made this beige block 8 by 10, and I'm going to put it vertical so the 10 is going up and the 8 is going across. On this page, I made this block an 11 by 10 so that the height would be equal to the block on this page. And I'm going to scoot this one all the way over to the far left edge. Now I'm going to bring in the jumbo scallop circle and this black paper. I'm going to bring in the blue and the red blade, and I'm going to cut out a ring using the inner circle. First, I would want to bring in the blue blade because it's going to cut the furthest in. When you're using your jumbo scallop circle, you just want to go nice and slow and give even pressure. I like to stand up while I'm doing this. Take your time and go around and try not to move the template. Hold it in place with the other hand. Then the next thing I want to do is bring in the red blade because it's going to cut closest to the template. I'm going to go around one more time and create a ring. So this template is all about holding it firmly in place, going slowly around, trying not to move your template as much as possible. And even so, I still have a few little dings that I want to clean up. Okay, so here's where I'm going to bring in the ring that I cut out. I'm going to lay it right over here and then put my photos back in. I want this to kind of be my highlight photo, so it's going to pretty much be in the center of that ring. And this one will go on top as well as this one. And again, I might overlap those so it'll look more like this. So I still have this wide open space here, and that's where I want to bring in my scraps. I want to make a border and have the miscellaneous pieces come down. It's going to be about a 3-inch wide, and I'll vary the widths of the paper because I have different sizes here. So I have this one here, which is probably about a 4-inch, and I'll bring in this brown one, and I'll probably keep the sizes all the same. I'll just trim them down to 3 inches. Let's see, this one was a back of a mat card, but I want to get that used up and I want to add a little pop of color. These papers worked out great because they match my layout so well, and I think that 4 is going to fit nicely there. So let me put these aside, get these trimmed down. There we go. I got the scraps cut and all lined up. So this is what I was talking about, how I wanted to use the scraps as a layering piece. So once they're all in a line, it's just like using pattern paper. In fact, if you wanted to just create a strip of pattern paper coming down here instead, that would look equally as nice. This is so it's 3 inches wide, and you would just want to trim your pattern paper to 3 inches by 11.5, and then I came up about 1/4 of an inch from the top and the bottom. So that would look nice. So if you want to recreate this kind of element, just so you know, this one was a 3 by 4, so it's 4 inches. This was a 3 inch, and then this was a 2 inch. It just worked out that way because of my scrap. So 4, 3, 2, and then this one was 2 1/4, and I did trim that and tuck it up underneath the orange. So that one was a little bit larger, but I ran out of room, so I wanted an equal distance, and so I trimmed this bottom one. And I went ahead and adhered the scallop circle here, and I just love how it spotlights my most important photo, which is this one right here, and where they're both kind of like looking up in this cave. I'll use this spot up here probably for my title, and I'm going to use this spot over here for my journaling. So let's go ahead and do that. And for my journaling, I'm going to bring in my favorite lined paper, and I'm going to trim it to fit specifically right in there. Oh yeah, that fits pretty good. So it's 2 inches by 6 inches, fits very nice right in here. And I also had a little bit of scraps left from this card, and I think what I'm gonna do is bring it in right over here underneath this photo. I will trim this down so that it'll look something like that, just to give it a little bit of pop of color over here to match this piece right here. And on that, I could do it at the top or the bottom of that photo. I think either way would look nice. Put the greens, I want the greens kind of on the outside to kind of pull in all the greens from my photo and from my layering pieces over here. And then photo mats. I don't think I'm going to mat any over here because I don't want to distract from my scalloped circle, but I think I'm going to come over here and mat this one in black. There, I like that a lot now that I've added the black, and it kind of now brings in the black on both pages. Plus, I feel like there's a lot of black in the photos as well. So there we go. Got my journaling box on. Everything is adhered down. So I am ready to do some embellishing. So I'm going to put my title up here. Then for my first embellishment cluster, I think I'm going to come right down here in this area, somewhere right around here on this side of the photo. Then I'm going to come over here where I have this strip. I'll add some little bit of embellishing right here and then up here as well. Then I went into my embellishment cluster base box and pulled out a bunch of cluster bases that I thought would work really well for this layout. I don't need this many, I just need to make a couple decisions here. For this, I think I'll just be doing it right on top of my layer piece of paper. But over here, let's see, brown is nice. Let's see what we have. Found a lot of browns and greens. That's cute, the little tag. This one's really nice too. Let's see, maybe we'll need this up here by our title. Green is nice. Let's see, keep one of those out. This one might be too big. Ticket is nice. Would that be good? Let's try that one there. And some of these are going to be way too big. Too much brown maybe. We have a blue. Here's another smaller green. And brown, another brown. Okay, let's see what we can do. Maybe up here instead, I'm going to bring in the blue one. So for my title, I had this sticker in my stash, and I'm thinking, I don't know if I even want to ground it on that. I think I just want to say adventure bound, because that's what they were doing. They were just on a road trip adventure, and I'm just going to try something different and just let it hang out there. Now here, okay, let's see. I brought in a couple of different strips. I brought in this one strip here that I thought would be super cute, and I kind of want to see if I can incorporate it right here, maybe over a seam of one of our pattern papers. I like that. I kind of want to put this embellishment down here that says "Let's Ride." But I think I want to look for some more little strips to put coming out right here. I brought in a few more. I have this blue one. I feel like there's blue in my photos, but let's go ahead and see. I'm going to snip this in half. Maybe we can pull it in on the other side. And we're just going to give it a few little layers right here. It says, "Oh, happy day" on this one. I picked ones that had like little banner cuts kind of at the edge. I don't know if you can see that, but each of these two have a little bit of a cut, a fancy cut at the end. This border sticker right here, some twigs, tuck that under. Maybe I only need 2. There's a lot of twigs in the photo, so that would be really cute. Instead of bringing in a cluster base here, I just brought in little snips of little pieces of stickers I had, and a word sticker and a border sticker. So I like that. So I'm going to bring in this "Let's Ride" and put it right down here. I'm going to pop it up onto some foam tape. I like it because they were on a road trip, and so I think that that's fitting, and it happens to look like the Arizona mountains to me. There, now that's onto some foam tape, and I'm going to put it right there. You can still see all of the layers of strips. So I really like that. I think that came out great. I'm going to leave that just like that and come to the other side to work over here. I do like that ticket, and I have this embellishment that says "Windy Rivers," which I like because they have that photo with the windy river, so I thought that would be perfect. Probably layer it up something like this. Actually, I'll put this up onto some foam tape and put it right there. I'm going to cover up this opening. I want to incorporate this little piece of strip from over here. Yeah, just to bring in a little bit of the blue. Then what I think I'm going to do actually is I'm going to come over here and lift off my photo a little bit, and I'm going to snip a piece of the black scallop that's here. So let's see, I can go from about here to there, and I won't need that much. So let's see, we'll snip it from here, pull that up. It's okay if it leaves a mark because I'm going to come back in with my photo, put my photo back, take this little snippet of this, and let's see, let's move this there. That way I have a little piece of the scallop coming over to the other page. I like that. I'm gonna look for a brown ticket. Yeah, I think that's gonna look nice. Too much black now. Bringing in the black here kind of made me feel like I wanted to change the color of the ticket. There we go. The ticket's just my embellishment cluster area. So I made that with the admissions ticket punch. I have this little piece of the green banner right there. Maybe I can bring that in. So I want something else right here. So I went and found this in my stash, which is just a little arrow, kind of trying to create the same effect I have over on the other side with just some things protruding out from the embellishment, different layers and stuff. And I'm going to put that one right here, and it's going to be pointing at him, taking a photo, pointing at them. Make a full circle, guide your eye all the way around this layout. I had this one piece of like sticks, so let's see if we can incorporate that as well. There we go. I fussed with it a little bit, but I like it. I kind of recreated here what I did similar over here, and I do like it. So we're going to go ahead and go with that. And last one up here, I like this little embellishment that said "Get Lost," so I kind of placed that right up there. Pull out this tag a little bit, overlap the two of them. I like it because the tag is going up and then the "Get Lost" is going out here, and it's kind of dragging you off to the side of the page to go and get lost. So I like that a lot. I have here a little kind of compassy arrow thing that I think I'm going to bring in right up here. It's like a little puffy sticker just to bring in some blue, because I started bringing in blue in my clusters, so I thought, why not bring in some blue and add it up there. So I like that. I have a couple little gems here, and I thought maybe I'll just bring in a couple of these. Kind of want one over here to bring in the orange to that cluster. And then I think I like this little mosquito. They weren't camping or anything, but you know, there's still mosquitoes and stuff around. So I'll put that right up there next to the Adventure Bound title. This little green one, I think I'll bring right up here to our tag. So it looks like that. And there we go. That's my layout today. I loved making this layer strip out of some scraps from my collections. Great way to use up some scrap and bring in some color to my layout. Because I used a lot of browns, I wanted to bring in my pop of color. So I did it over here with my layer, made a strip, and then made some few embellishment clusters. And there we go. Very simple page. Got in a use of my jumbo scallop template, so I'm happy about that. And 2 more pages done for this year, and into my album they'll go. So thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, then I would appreciate it if you would take a moment to give it a thumbs up, and I really appreciate when you guys do that. You guys know it helps spread my content through YouTube. My channel has been growing, and I know it's because of you guys taking that little bit of effort, giving me that little bit of a virtual hug by giving me a thumbs up, and I do appreciate it. And if you want to see some more inspiration, I will link a couple other layouts that I've done right here for you, and I hope that you find some time to get to scrapping. So take care, everybody. I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.